least I got StarCraft back up and running too. Hopefully no more hiccups. Let's do a big round of sub shoutouts too while we get this up and running. So from most recent to least recent, big thank you to DC Monster 821 for the 17-month resub. Bitus Max for 7. We had a new sub come in with Justin 303. Welcome to the family. Grimlock hit us up with a 4-month Prime sub. Match Arena for 16 months. I think I remember those guys. So 16 months. It's been a long road, and now we're on the road to Dreamhack. Let's go! That's like a Rifkin level segue, man. I approve. 10 out of 10.
Great job.
Then Shrom, Goat Boy, Golden Hammock, excuse me. Monty Oon even hit us up with a 4-month sub. An hour ago. I didn't even see Monty. Come on. Monty! Dude, I know you live near me because I'm a creeper and I looked at your address for the Partouf coin. Bro, how are we not getting dinner together, man? Anyways, I think that should cover. If we missed anybody else, my apologies. But we are recovering from the hiccup and I think we should be back online. So do me a favor. If you guys see this live, tell everyone else in chat to hit the refresh button. Let them know that this is happening. But it's map number 1 in a qualifying best of 3. Spawning in the top left, we've got the blue Protoss. PiLiPiLi.
In the bottom right, as the red Terran, it is MaSa.
Is it because you're in Korea, Rifkin? No, I'm actually not in Korea, guys. ZombieRub's the one that's in Korea.
Yes, that is true. I'm also joined by Fear Dragon in Korea for today. Apparently, he's very excited that MaSa's playing. Oh, yeah, and
actually,
PiLi, like
and PiLi, I was going to say, he'd be happier. I would imagine that PiLi's playing than MaSa, if I had to guess. Fellow Protoss in arms and all that. But, well, there may be a small North American cheerleader currently crashing ZombieRub's floor. It is worth noting she's still going to be in Korea for quite some time, guys. But it hasn't really impacted the casting much. And it's been, I don't know, not much different than usual, to be honest.
That's the goal. I mean, that was the goal from the get-go. And then suddenly all these tournaments start sprouting everywhere. First minute travel. What's up with that?
By the way, thank you, Joe CW4 for the Twitch Prime sub. And again, if you guys haven't seen the Match Arena page, hit up those codes. The code is DREAM, DREAM. Won't cost you a cent. Add some money towards the players getting a flight paid to go to Dreamhack. Now, again, with PiLi and MaSa and other North Americans here, a flight cost isn't going to be that much. $400 probably covers 90 to 100% of the flight. But for folks coming across seas, whether it's European or Korean, it's going to be a little more expensive. So they will have to pay a portion of the ticket themselves.
Oh, yeah. And it kind of sucks, too. It's like the summer months, so it's a little more expensive. But, yeah, for North Americans, I think it's pretty perfect of a number. And hotel cover, being covered is really nice as well.
That, too. But you guys heard that cha-ching sound. That's because Tom just threw in $20 towards BaseTradeTV, giving everybody in the channel 5 mystery bags. So while Terminator may have given everyone the option to rob somebody once today, Tom gives everyone 5 mystery bags for you guys to pull items with. And you might be wondering what the items and stuff are about. You actually will get benefits from some of these items. A lot of them are junk. Frankly, won't do anything. Some will help you earn extra currency per hour. Some will actually give you extra powers. There's a staff that lets you bless other users, which is a rare legendary. There's a lot of cool things, so make sure you pull your mystery bags and try and get that loot, guys.
I got an old soda. It's like an old soda is really not that bad, but like it had to be like a really old soda be something I didn't want.
The other things too, like there's a lot of RP with this. The bank heists are a lot cooler with this bot. You can become a villain and attack the city as a group. There's a lot of really cool things about this, but what's really not so cool perhaps for the Terran in this instance is PiLi hitting him up with a pylon attack. Now, he does unfortunately be out of position, so the Reaper gets a couple of probe kills. This actually delays the Adepts getting across the map too, giving a lot more power to that Cyclone and anything else that tries to clean this up. But PiLi's still bleeding out probes to this Reaper, and there's no way a Reaper should be getting 3 kills at this point in the game.
No, not at all. That hidden probe was to put down the pylons. 2 of them were down, but I was gonna say, besides the Reaper getting some damage done, MaSa also went for a reactor factory, which is gonna give him a 3rd Cyclone, right?
Well, 2 at least for now.
I could have sworn I saw something better. Yeah, maybe that was like a offset. That was the 2nd one. Either way.
If he gets chased to the mothership core, you catch it with a lock-on.
Yeah, more than one Cyclone is not just going to be able to clean this up without, taking too much of loss, but it also can counter, especially if you get a Widowmine to deal with what is probably going to be a follow-up Oracle, which is exactly what he's doing. So the Cyclones could actually go across the map and threaten, but only if they want to. I mean, there is always that chance they're following up with more than just an Oracle.
So one of the really cool things from Gameland was they provided us a lot of stats for the players. And one of them was about how PiLi and MaSa are not too different as far as I guess history goes, but PiLiPiLi obviously having gotten to the top 4 now has an official edge over MaSa.
Nice.
They'll chase off the Adepts. So he did repair up the Cyclones. It doesn't look like he's willing to go for an immediate counterattack through them. Was of the Viking kind of on the edge of the map looking for that possible Oracle. But I think the Widowmine here and the Cyclones here should cover it. In fact, even turrets coming down. Wait,
Yeah.
why were those SCVs on idle? Okay, that's a bit weird.
I'm trying to run away from the Oracle, I guess. Which they have to do again. As Oracle swoops in. Gets quite a few of them without having to really move. There we go. 4 SCVs, then has to skedaddle, but only shield loss.
I thought the Adepts would do a little bit more here too, but they get cleaned up by the Marines, so enough is enough. I guess the Viking landed. Got a couple of probe kills to make up for this. It's really been blow for blow to the mineral line so far. But PiLiPiLi's not looking to give up just yet. He's putting down an offensive pylon for some war pins.
Yeah, getting ready with that blink. I mean, his gateway production still a bit ways away as well as that blink, but I do like the idea of a follow-up when MaSa is, you know, still kind of a little bit scatterbrained, like still wondering where exactly he's going to be attacked at, and probably more likely on his mind is the whole, like, well, of course Protoss will cheese me and build an Oracle and then get a fast third base, right? Because that's kind of been the way that Legacy of the Void has really come into. Yeah, you just, like, you finally get ready to attack, and they have a third base completely saturated, and you're just like, well, what do I do? I think that's more on the mind of a lot of Terran players rather than a follow-up 2-base all-in. So this could be just a huge surprise, a deadly surprise.
I'm gonna... What do you think, Zombie? Should I release all the prisoners that are currently in jail?
Do I like any of them?
I don't know, but it'll cost the taxpayers some of their Makarovs to do so.
Never.
Then you guys will rot in jail. You can try and prison escape, which is cool too. I love it. Like if you get caught in the villain league, or if your bank heist goes wrong, like you get thrown in jail, but you can try to escape. People can buy you out too. But whoa, this is a real brutal attack. The medevac gets focused immediately. The Widowmines do plant. The Marine number should be good enough to keep this from snowballing.
Yeah, I was wondering if the
nice blink
snipe on the Widowmines would have been better, but nice catch on 2 Cyclones. Without an observer, though, these 4 Widowmines might just be the answer. Otherwise, he had a long time, well, not a long time, but still a time for Stim to finish, and this was very scary.
I was gonna say, PiLiPiLi's also really good. He could probably blink juke this out if he wants to. There we go, takes minimal hits, but there's more Widowmines, so still that EMP of a shield now removed.
He also blinked in as combat shields finished at the very least. So
he's going to push this back. It's going to cost him SCVs, but he's going to hold.
7 SCVs isn't too bad either, and Stim is about to finish. He might have to pull another round of SCVs because PiLiPiLi is not getting up on this aggression. I think PiLiPiLi might still just win from this.
I really like that he held back there. He could have really chased the Stalkers more, but he knew Stim was just finishing up soon. I wanted to have that Stim timing, but yeah, the army supply favors PiLiPiLi, but MaSa's got Marauders and even +1. Like, he just has to cull the Stalker count down enough, and 3 Marauders can kill the rest. Like, they are so good against Stalkers.
I wonder if he has 2 more medevacs. I think this would be actually a very fair engagement with MaSa reinforcements, even, like, winning for MaSa, but only just now the second medevac, all of his units are very low. PiLiPiLi is still able to warp in all of the Stalkers that he needs, even a couple of Zealots to soak up shots.
Looks like there's still maybe a few too many Stalkers. The Marauder count going to hold firm, but they does get 1 shot at a time. I love that pickup, Micro.
That was good.
Oh, he dropped one on the low ground, so I don't like to drop, Micro.
Yeah, right? No, it's not. That was very close. GG.
All right, game number 1 going to go to PiLiPiLi. Oh, yeah, let's see if I can get that webcam fixed, though, too. This might cause the computer to shit, though, which is why I don't want to do it. My face isn't worth it. It's not going back in. All right, you get the next lobby up. I'm going to try and fix this. Maybe I can put it in the front USB port. Will that work?
That's weird.
It's dangerously close to the reset button. What's weird?
Just that my desktop swapped. Shit.
Swapped?
I'm using a TV as the TV that I have as my second monitor. And it hasn't swapped the desktop shortcuts yet, but now it did, which is annoying.
Well, I got my cam back up, which is nice. Also, Remar is now officially at half health, pretty much. So, kind souls continue to donate. They also deal damage to the boss. And remember, if you are the boss, you get a lot of extra cool powers. Like, there's Boss Glory, which lets you get some freebie loot that no one else gets to know about. It's a secret and just for you. Boss Tax will tax everybody in the channel, and you will literally steal some of their Makarovs. Or you can give some away, too. It's a lot of cool functionality through GatherBot. So if you guys want to learn more about it, !GatherBot in chat. You can learn more through that. But some of these memes are pretty good. I like all Remars. I know you didn't get to see them because you did it while we were offline. But it's like Boromir, and it's like, one does not simply say hi.
That's good.
And he's got the Ancient Aliens guy who's just like, hi. I love Remar. But okay, folks, he's sleeping, so kill him while he sleeps. Game number 2 in this best of 3 qualifying match. In the upper left, we have the red Protoss PiLiPiLi playing for Psystorm Gaming.
In the bottom right, as the blue Terran, it is MaSa.
All right, so that hiccup earlier is still hurting us pretty bad. But again, if you guys could do us a favor, hit those retweets, share what's going on. We got some pretty good matches coming up. This is probably the best one, in my opinion, as far as like NA versus NA goes. But some of the other ones lining up, you got Lenok versus Graphics. I don't know how good Graphics is. You got to walk over the first round. He might just get floored. Game Time versus Hero is something I'm really looking forward to and hoping happens. And of course, in the bottom, we got True versus Izimbazvanya.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of these are clear favorites, except for MaSa versus PiLiPiLi. I kind of wish that one of these guys was facing one of the Koreans. I think that would be the most epic, you know, and then they'd all both already be in the round of 8. But, you know, there's the next qualifier for one of these guys. Yeah,
so again, those top 4 from today are not locked in and good to go. There's another qualifier where we'll find another 4 players happening next week, next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel, and that's where we'll find out who the playoff players will be.
Where did that even come from? Like, I hear you use it, and I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere else.
What? Are you the like the 60s Batman show? You never saw an episode of it?
I figured it was from there, but I did no, I haven't. Is that just what they do? Is it like?
Yeah, the end of it like.
Excuse me.
Tune in next week to learn more on the adventures of Batman and Robin. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Okay.
It was like
a
really goofy one too. Yo, on the plane ride home, I got to watch the Lego Batman movie. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I heard good things. No, I heard good
it was actually really good, and they do some good play on the old Batman stuff too. Like they kind of do flashbacks to all the movies he's been in, and he's like the one from the 60s, is all goofy and weird. He's like, I was going through a phase.
Nice. I wanted to watch it, but actually on my flight from Chicago to Japan, the 13-hour one, I watched most of Westworld.
Oh!
I thought you would be very proud of me for.
Yes! Are you gonna finish watching it?
I would love to, but it's not readily available in Korea, so.
How I don't want to get into spoiler territory, so we won't talk about it too much. But how far in did you get? Like halfway? I think I got into like 7 episodes. Nice. Okay, so it's not a very big season. You probably got through most of it.
Yeah, I think I got through roughly half.
How good was in that first episode the Paint It Black like classical cover as they're like robbing the bank?
Yeah. No, it's as good as everyone was telling me. So that's always a nice thing to see.
I'll bring I'll put it on a USB drive and bring it to California for you or something.
Yeah, I'm like really hoping that Korean Air has the rest of them, but I don't think they do. Korean Air has been very consistent in what they have, so.
2 episodes of Friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Not sequential either. Exactly.
Like, what is with Korean Air? But no, I've never seen Westworld on any other one. I don't know what it was about the other one. Actually, did I tell you, well, I guess not much is still going on. Maybe What Am I Drop versus Robo Opener. The flight to Toronto from Japan sucked because I was on the last Boeing 747 that was being used from Japan. So there was like a cool little ceremony and there was like cameras and like, you know, news reporters there. But I know now why they are getting rid of it.
Oh, it's just like anymore. Garbage quality.
Yeah, it's those ones that don't even have like in-flight entertainment. You have to like, you know, watch the same screen as everyone else every so many rows. Oh. And I was like, no. I don't want to do that again.
A lot of the new planes for WestJet they're getting outfitted don't have the screen backs, so they hand out tablets. But you have to like pay for the tablets.
Oh, that's balls. Yeah, I ended up just using the United Wi-Fi, which isn't so bad. Like they give you free entertainment. just not free Wi-Fi. But I still, like, I didn't bring my tablet thinking, like, I won't need a bigger screen. F me.
No, man, my iPad is like exclusively my plane pad. Like, I never use it for anything other than when I go on travels. But all right, things are spicing up. We had a small adept attack, not accomplished too much. Well defended by MaSa. But now he's going to be countering with a couple Widow Mines. And PiLi did go for the Robo first. He's got an Observer on the way. This isn't something that should get too out of hand. But the surprise, the lack of probe pull, this could do damage still. Here comes that medevac.
The Observer's not even right here right now, but their probe pull, God, that was a little too close for comfort.
That was close to not being a good probe pull, but it was a good probe pull.
Yeah, exactly. And the Observer popped out, so he just brought it back, and that worked out pretty well. But I think that Moss is going to be pretty happy with his Scout. He sees that it is a Twilight Council opener, which I guess nowadays there are some like charge openers, but he sees also that there's already Stalkers whipped in, so it's Blink, kind of like confirmed. And Moss is going for tanks. If he can get his tanks over on the side of the map and even get like a Liberator or something like that, that could be really hard to push back with just Blink Stalkers. But if he just stays at home and uses them defensively, then he would be, I think, a little out of luck.
Chat's reaction to the whole Westworld thing. I love that. I really do feel TV shows are the closest I've been to making childhood friends. Because when you were a kid, it was just like, oh, you like that? I like that. Let's be friends, right? It's kind of like that with TV shows. Like, you could have different political views, Republican versus Democrat. But you're like, oh, you like Westworld? Dude, I love Westworld. Let's talk about Westworld, right? Like,
that's why I feel like so much more comfortable around StarCraft people, right?
You like StarCraft?
Like, at least we have one thing we can talk about. You play Terran? I play Terran.
You play Protoss? I hate Protoss.
Yeah, or that happens, I suppose.
Widow Mine hits pretty okay. 3, but he most importantly picks it up to save it for another day. Medevac's still not being cleaned up, but through all of this, he scouts the Dark Shrine, which for MaSa, I think is probably the best part of this drop. Had that Medevac been picked off earlier, like let's say he killed 20 probes, but he lost the Medevac, he would never seen the Dark Shrine, and things could go really bad. But now he should be perfectly prepared for this.
Yeah. But yeah, I was talking about that tank push hitting with Blink Stalkers. PiLiPiLi went so fast in a charge, all chrono boosted as well, which I think MaSa might have noticed because that was just a Twilight Council continuing to research forever. That he is attacking as charge finishes. And I think if he gets into a choke, that's still, you know, decent for sure. But this is much better than PiLiPiLi just having Blink and maybe 1 or 2 Immortals.
By the way, shout out to Diet Soda, however you want to say his name.
Diet Soda, got it.
Throws in $5 to meme and gives everyone 2 mystery bags. So open your loot, boys!
Well, this is nice. This is going to distract MaSa, who is trying to get into a perfect position, but this is not even that perfect.
The charge is too good.
Already down the ramp, no use of that choke really. This is cleaned up, not so bad, but MaSa was easily deflected on this side of the map.
Yeah, okay, so charge on the other side of the map is what I was talking about. I didn't see what happened in the natural, but looks like at the end of the day, that ends up being a hard stop because 2 siege tanks were the big part of this. We all seen it before on Abyssal Reef. Like, especially if you can set them up on this ledge, get up in a good spot, you can really be dangerous as a Terran.
Of course, tanks die out in this matchup, so like that loss of 2 tanks isn't so bad. It's that he was building up to a 2-base attack that did not work. That is the worst part. So whether that's like with tanks or, you know, with ghosts or something, right? Like I don't know. But the point is, PiLiPiLi has his 3rd base saturated without any trouble whatsoever. The only thing he doesn't have on his side right now is an upgrade, which he's trying to make up for a double forge. And he is only relying on Blink Stalkers for drop defense. So MaSa actually gets him in the natural. Whereas his Zealots are trying to do damage.
There was some...
The Medevac's a little bit more.
Yeah, so I was focused too much on MaSa's base for that. PiLiPiLi's also getting hit in the 3rd, but some really good SCV hold position micro kept that from getting out of hand at home, so MaSa takes very minimal losses. Might be able to snipe the Nexus. I mean, if this army fully responds, he might go back in with these drops and a Liberator too, and there's only 2 Stalkers. Uh-oh, that's going to be bad.
Yeah, they're not focus firing the 1 weak medevac, and that is truly bad. In fact, Liberator even takes out one of the Stalkers, and this is exactly what MaSa needed to do. He loses so many SCVs back on his side of the map, though. Finally, the Warp Prism does what it intended and killed 17 workers.
That being said, it's still 18 probes that went down, too. It's really hard to say who really comes out ahead here, but I'm favoring MaSa slightly just because he's got mobility, but PiLi's army just feels stronger.
I think PiLiPiLi is getting, like, I think actually time favors him here with double upgrades and the Temple Archives on the way, but MaSa is taking really good army trades, and as you said, like, the worker counts were actually pretty evenly traded there. It's just that PiLiPiLi has triple, you know, Nexus, so we can remake those.
Really wants to clear up this Warp Prism.
Yeah, he is finally going to do so. MaSa does also have triple CCs now. His orbital's finally finishing up, even if it was put down a lot later. So maybe we should take that back. Like, when he can transfer his 42 SCVs around, it's actually pretty good for him.
Well, so that's where, you brought the topic double upgrades, and I was thinking more like for MaSa, not so much for PiLiPiLi, but I think one of the things that concerns me is no matter how good MaSa's army gets or how big it amounts to be, if PiLi's going to be on 3-3 at any point this game, especially with charge lots being the focal point of his army, it's not going to be fun for MaSa to fight that. He also doesn't have that many Widow Mines, but I do love that he's continuing to produce them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's also to note, like, with that damage he inflicted after being just dealt with so easily beforehand, I think he also successfully pushed off Storm. PiLiPiLi couldn't quite afford getting beefy Archons, Immortals, upgrades, and Storm. So that's something that he doesn't have to worry about right now for this push, which is, I think, kind of actually important. If PiLiPiLi wanted to dedicate to Storm, I think he could have already been there, but not the case. So MaSa, still good to go with this army, but not like that.
I didn't even see that DT, by the way. That's how good the camouflage works, I guess.
Force field's pretty good. Widow Mine's got some decent shots, and I think there was also an attempt at a distraction tactic. But I think Liberator or whatever was cleaned up. 6 SCVs went down, a couple of Zealots.
I really like the cannons in PiLi's Mineral Lines. I don't think they're going to ever stop an attack outright, but it is that sort of AFK drop protection, right? If MaSa's not looking, he's not focusing when he needs to focus.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, there's not... You can't ever say double or triple Liberator production is bad, but I'm wondering about that second starport instead of a Ghost Academy.
Yeah. I think that the Ghosts... Well, I guess the difference is Ghosts have like a one-hit wonder function to them, whereas at least the Liberators can continue to be useful after the first unit dies.
Yeah, usually. There are a lot of Blink Stalkers, though. I don't think... You need a higher kind of Liberators he's not going to be allowed to get to. Well, maybe. This isn't... Okay, there's no more Widow Mines.
Well, this is where the lack of Widow Mines really hurts, right? The charge lots, they come in with that charge. Once charge is used up, they got to back away. PiLi is looking to be in control of this army. Big Warping comes in for round 2. Lots of charge lots, forcing MaSa into the corner of his own base.
Yeah, this might just be it. MaSa had some decent units. He did actually have Widow Mines and Liberators, but they were just getting set up. They had to move around, and this just wasn't...
Oh, the medevac that had the units. GG. All right, well, congratulations to PiLiPiLi, who will be the first player qualified to the playoffs. Unfortunate for MaSa, but we do hope he'll come back for the next set of qualifiers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I spoke with MaSa, and I know that he really wants to go to Atlanta, whether he wins this qualifier or not. But the big limiting factor for him and many other players is trying to get a PC. So I don't know if we'll be able to change it, but we are working towards trying to get some sort of PC sponsorship, guys. It's just very, very expensive and not looking like it's happening so far. But we're doing our best to try and make it happen. Anyways, that's the first qualifying match done. We got 3 to go. Before we go to commercial break, because I guess we didn't technically take one after that last one, do me a favor, hit up that Matcherino page. I know there's a lot of spam in chat. Hit ! Matcherino. Go to the page, log in here in the top right with your Twitch. Easy peasy. Then you hit contribute. Oh. They changed this.
What?
I was gonna hit donate, but it's, I guess, contribute. It takes you to the bottom of the page.
Yeah, they've been doing small updates. Apparently, there's gonna be a bigger rehaul soon.
Oh, well, I mean, I think it's kind of cool. I actually like this a little bit better than the pop-up that you had before. But anyways, if you hit contribute, you take it down here. Use the coupon code DREAM. This will create $1 to add to the prize pool. It won't cost you anything. You're not entering any payment information, no credit card. You just boop, hit donate. Boom, prize pool is upgraded. So again, we've got 3 weeks to raise at least $400. We got a lot of coupon codes to use, which will take us most of the way there. And of course, if you guys purchase tickets to Dreamhack, you can see this is a 20% discount off of the website. So if you're planning to go to just hang out or whether you're planning to go to play, either way, it's 20% cheaper here than on the Dreamhack website. And on top of that, you can see exactly how much money goes to the prize pool with each of these purchases. So if you're going to DreamHack Atlanta, guys, get your tickets for cheap through Matcherino, help build up that prize pool, and let's send one deserving player through. Remember, DreamHack's going to be paying for a 4-night stay in a hotel regardless, but we want to make sure that players have flights and as much money towards that flight as possible. We are going to go to our first commercial break of the day, though. Thank you for tuning in. More when we get back. We'll see you guys soon.